Nagatoro-san burst onto our screens last year and left a memorable impression. Whether you enjoyed the fluid animation or the hilarious comedy, one thing for certain is that this show gave birth to a new wave of masochists. Yes, one key element of this show is the relentless teasing inflicted upon the series' protagonist, Naoto Hachioji, from his sadistic underclassman, Hayase Nagatoro. If stupidity is an art form, then Aho Girl is the Mona Lisa. The Jirinate Nagatoro-san's first couple of episodes lean into Hayase Nagatoro's aggressive mockery of her senpai, an element that lessens as the anime progresses. Aho Girl never moves past that phase, and it's all the better for it. Yoshiko Hinabetake is impressively dumb and impulsive, two traits that combine to create a never-ending barrage of annoyances for Akuru Akutsu. Yoshiko also has quite an imagination. A skit show that follows a few different relationships, Surrender Children is all about teen love and how painfully awkward it can be. Whether still in the courting phase or trying to take their relationship to the next level, almost all of these couples struggle to communicate in one way or another, leading to plenty of hilarious moments. Yuki Minigawa and Jun Furaya's relationship is the most similar to a Jirinate, Nagatoro-san's main pairing, with the former teasing the latter as often as possible. The definitive slice of life turned romance anime about two polar opposite students who embark on a tumultuous friendship, Toradora, popularized many of this anime genre's tropes. While Ryuji might look like a delinquent, he is generally a respectable and mild-mannered teenager. Conversely, Taiga's unassuming physique masks an explosive personality and a tendency to get violent. Ryuji and Taiga opt to work together to impress each of their love interests, a union fueled by arguments, flying fists, and character growth. Maid-sama follows the life of our two protagonists, Yusui and Misa. Misa is the school's student council president and an all-around disciplinarian. After her school transforms into one that is co-ed, she lays down the law very quickly on any boys who misbehave in the presence of her girls. You would think that, with such a personality, Misa would be quite adept at teasing any of her potential love interests. However, after learning that Misa works part-time at a maid cafe in order to help her struggling family pay their bills, her classmate and school heartthrob Yusui makes it his mission to tease her daily. While keeping Misa's secret from any of the students, he attends the cafe almost daily to poke fun at Misa. Misa is then revealed to not have such a tough shell as she often blushes in embarrassment at any of Yusui's advances. Have you ever wanted to watch Nagatoro-san, but the roles were reversed? Well, here you go. Maid-sama sees the switching of sadist and masochist as Yusui, the male, relentlessly teases Misa, the female. This is done through romantic confessions, ordering luxurious items on the cafe menu, and generally pestering Misa while she works. Both Nagatoro and Hachioji are still unsure of their feelings in Nagatoro-san. However, Yusui is much more confident and confesses his attraction to Misa almost immediately. Misa, that tsundere that she is, rebukes these utterances at first, but Yusui gradually chips away at her exterior over the course of the season. A new teacher, Satoshi Yabe, is thrown immediately into the deep end when he is assigned the class that includes the Marui triplets. Mitsuba, Futaba, and Hitoha turn their teacher's life into hell as the siblings find new and exciting ways to terrorize Satoshi. Mitsutomo is an irreverent comedy about three girls who practice selective maturity and demonstrate a willingness to disregard common decency. This is an anime for those people who found Jirinate, Nagatoro-san's teasing in the first episode to be a bit too tame. Chunibyu, otherwise referred to as second-grade syndrome, is an affliction that many middle school students suffer from. At such an age, it isn't too uncommon to concoct various delusions that your life is special and different from your peers. That your letter from Hogwarts must have just gotten lost in the mail, and one day you will leave behind the textbooks and the bullies and enter into a world of floating textbooks and goblin bullies instead. One can only dream. One such sufferer of this disease was Togashi Yuta, otherwise referred to as Dark Flame Master. Yuta posed as this being during his childhood and wants more than anything to forget that embarrassing time in his life. However, another student with Shunobyu and one yet to find a cure is Takanashi Rika. She quickly becomes obsessed with the Dark Flame Master and Yuta must do all he can to keep that part of his life locked away. Most of the teasing that is seen in this show is entirely involuntary. Rika will often call upon the Dark Flame Master to aid her own persona, the Wicked Eye. Rika's antics often cause embarrassment for Yuta, but she never goes out of her way to intentionally cause him pain. Likewise, Yuta often makes fun of Rika for being set in her delusional ways, but Rika simply takes these blows on the chin and continues with her antics. As Yuta comes to realize that perhaps Rika has a reason for not wanting to give up her childhood, he comes to accept her for who she is and in turn accepts the past he has left behind. The two are inherently a mismatched pair and very in line with Hachioji's attempts to avoid embarrassment at the hands of Nagatoro. Both pairs also come to discover their feelings for each other as the show progresses. Love can take a while to bloom, and sometimes it requires a lot of shenanigans to transpire. Lovely Complex is about Risa Kazumi and Atsushi Atani, two students who, despite their physical differences, complement each other shockingly well. Kazumi and Atani's relationship is explored thoroughly by Lovely Complex, launching from their rough beginnings, moving into the formation of a genuine friendship, and its eventual transition into something more. This anime is funny, endearing, and an easy watch.
もし貴殿が気高く生きようというのなら決して敗者になってはならない。恋愛は戦!
Both Kaguya and Shirogane are at the very peak of their adolescent life. They are both the vice president and president respectively of their school's student council, they both rank top of the leaderboard in terms of grades, and they both have respect from all of their peers. Often being mistaken for a couple, students often wonder what goes on behind closed doors. These whisperings seem to ring true, as we learn that Shirogane and Kaguya have developed romantic feelings for each other. However, with both of their prides on the line, neither wants to be the first to admit defeat and confess their love for the other. Whereas Nagatoro-san features a lot of one-sided teasing, both Shirogane and Kaguya dish out as much teasing as they take. Depending on the day, either one may have pushed the scales more so in their favor, and at the end of each episode, we receive a little narration declaring who has won this particular match. As the two tease each other more and more, they do not discover their romantic attraction towards one another, but cement it and deepen it even further than it already had been. This show features a lot of funny teasing with a nice romantic subplot layered underneath. After Yuzaki reunites with her high school senpai Sakurai during her freshman year of college, she is taken aback by his transformation. Though Sakurai used to be the life of the party, he has since transitioned into a loner with no friends who does nothing but play games all day. Yuzaki makes it her mission to remove Sakurai from his life of isolation and forces him to join her on various excursions. The two go to movies together, go shopping, or hang out at Sakurai's part-time workplace. Sakurai does not particularly enjoy doing any of these activities, but puts up with it despite it involving the pair entering into exceedingly ridiculous situations. We don't speak of the bush scene. While Yuzaki-chan does feature degrees of teasing usually from Yuzaki, the show is much more focused on presenting this mismatched pairing and the varying difficulties they have interacting together. The two's relationship starts off very platonic, but as they continue to spend time together, they come to appreciate the other's quirks and mannerisms. Some people may wonder who two completely different people could strike up such a meaningful relationship. How can the loud and bombastic Nagatoro-san ever find a connection with the weak-willed and introverted Hachioji? How can the extroverted and energetic Yuzaki find kinship in the stern and serious Sakurai? It seems opposites really do attract. This anime is almost like an aged-down version of Nagatoro-san. Nishikata is a young student who finds himself the victim of his classmate Takagi. Takagi's extensive knowledge of Nishikata's behavior results in her being able to flawlessly predict his reaction to any one of her many pranks. Nishikata desperately tries to retaliate, hoping to one day pull off a prank so epic that it leaves Takagi blushing embarrassedly as a result of his teasing. Nevertheless, that day has yet to come and, in the meantime, Takagi has a lot more teasing left up her sleeve. Teasing Master Takagi-san is very much a prelude to Nagatoro-san. While the premises are almost identical, Takagi-san features a much younger cast. As such, the teasing falls more in line with the characters' respective ages in this show. Nagatoro-san features a lot more sexual teasing inflicted upon the inexperienced and timid Hachioji from the confident Nagatoro. Also, their attraction to each other comes through a lot sooner in this show, and we learn early on that Nagatoro does in fact have romantic feelings for her senpai. While a more subdued romance is present in Takagi-san, the pranks are of a much more light-hearted nature. Regardless, if you enjoyed watching a teasing master craftsman show off her expertise in Nagatoro-san, Takagi should be able to satisfy you just the same. Don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro, or find a new anime to watch? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for more anime content like this. Take care and I'll see you on the next video. See ya.